they're rubber barons. Institutional processes like stop and search, coming up with ways to put up paper on us. You're going to see a rise in it with this new administration. So what are the solutions? We all know something about it. What is systemic racism? Some of us don't really know how bad it is and why it happens and why. But what are some of the solutions we need to do? Education. We must teach Black history in our community and not high level. One thing I can say about the Jewish community, they teach their history to their children. They teach their struggle to their children. Their children understand the fight that they're still in. But we've attempted to assimilate and forget our struggles. And what happens? History repeats itself. We must teach economic literacy to our community. They need to understand. We need to understand how to create businesses. We need to understand to spend our money in the right places. We got to stop being enamored by the multi-million dollar people who look like us, who redirect our dollars out of our pockets. We must understand in economic literacy in our community, and we must take control of it. Teaching the role of government in our community is so important and so lost. I heard a lot of people say in this last election, I vote because my groceries were too high. I voted because my gas is too high. With no understanding of the role of government. Not understanding that this government is trying to make it legal today to discriminate. Not understanding that this government has literally created war on Black America. It's because we don't understand how government works. We should be at the school board meetings. We should be asking our people running for state assembly the right questions, not letting them tell us what they were told to tell us. We must be engaged. I thank you people who come out, but this should be full of people coming here to learn. We cannot be closet idiots. We cannot stay at home and wait for the intelligence to come to us. We need to teach the civil rights struggle to our kids. They don't know what our forefathers went to. I'm 64 years old. Grew up in Gary, Indiana. So the struggle was going on when I was a little baby boy. And I'm going to tell you something. I benefited from the struggle. And I worked so hard to be like everybody else, to assimilate. It took me to get old man to understand the struggle's still alive and I need to fight for my kids. That's right. So we must teach the struggle and that it is still going on. Political engagement. All year, every year. Not just when they tell us it's time to engage. Group economics, we need to support Black-owned businesses. We need to create new Black-owned businesses. We need to invest together. There's strength in numbers and stop being afraid to invest with our fellow man's brother and sister that looks like us. Passive resistance, protesting, redirecting our limited resources, and stop hero worshiping. Okay. Just recently, a couple people don't know this, but I went to Home Depot. I put $500 in my cart. I checked out and said, oh, I remember you don't support diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I walked out. We must passively resist. We cannot be afraid to passively resist. When our forefathers fought dogs, imprisonments, beatings, and the only thing we have is faithful courage. So it's time that we change our direction as a people. And I'm going to hurry up and get this done. Maybe that's the last one. So, folks, I'm going to end this by saying this. My name is Brian Harris. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love being black.
Black power.
We have to come together. We have to love each other. We have to become educated. And we must have a plan to succeed. Because if you have one plan to succeed, you have a plan to fail.
Yes, sir.
So again, I thank the Panthers for inviting me over.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow at Excel Dispensary, we will be giving out food. We will be giving out over 100 bags of food. We will be working with the Panthers to give out more food in this area. Rodney Smith has been doing this, and he is my mentor to make sure that our community gets their fair share.
Hey folks, this is Brian Harris, the creator, owner of Black Book Media Cares. We're a nonprofit. We're a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. About 2.5 years ago, we were created with the concept of supporting the working proud. Who are the working proud? They're the people like you and I working every day, trying to figure out how we're going to make it through the month. And these are, I call them forgotten heroes. They're working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours, and more. And they're still not able to have food, clothing, and some type of savings. So our concept was very simple. If you give somebody a little extra food every month, then maybe they can pay that other bill or even save a little bit of money. You see, we do help the seniors because we have adopted a senior apartment complex. We do help the homeless because we are working with another group for the homeless. But the passion that I have is for the working proud. The people out there, like I said, quietly struggling to make ends meet. The people who actually are the glue for America. And they're the ones that are who are forgotten. So 2.5 years ago, one of my friends, Rodney Smith, who has Our Daily Bread, came to me and asked me if he could use my bus to pick up food. Well, ever since then, we've been blessed abundantly with food. This area here is our distribution center. I don't call it a food bank, where we receive food, and I'll show you around real quick. We were just blessed to get these commercial refrigerators. We have been able to triple our capacity since we got them. We are able to get food from a pretty good source that allows us to give quality food to the people that we support. Because you know, in these economic times, it is going to be very important that our communities start to stick together. In these economic times, it's going to be very important that our communities not wait for the government to save our communities. And that's the one thing I'm trying to get off. We started this, if you look around here, as an empty warehouse with no funding whatsoever. We started this on the need to help the community. We get no funding from the government. We get no funding from either local or federal government, yet we've been able to feed thousands and thousands and thousands of people on a regular basis. We've been able to give out probably over $30–40 million of food just off of small companies, small businesses, other people who have donated, basically the community helping the community. And that's what we're about today. We need help. One person, one group cannot save the community. It takes the community to say, we're going to support those folks that are really on the ground, hitting it hard, trying to keep our community safe, vibrant, and just keep it alive in these time frames. It's going to get worse, folks. We need to start working together now, not waiting until it's gotten worse. I'm Brian Harris. This is the Black Book Media Cares. We're a 501(c)(3). We'll send you the website. We hope that you would consider to donate to us. Every little bit helps. Everything that you give us sometimes is the difference between staying open and not staying open. So I'm gonna show you a little bit. Let's go out and I'll show you our box truck. It's a small box truck. We purchased this box truck again. We purchased it. I did. We weren't giving it to it. We didn't get grants. We bought it because if we wanted to continue to help the community, we needed a box truck. This is 2007. Needs a lot, it's running, but this is all we can afford. You see, I'm gonna say something people don't really understand. There are major nonprofits that get hundreds of millions of dollars. And they literally do nothing compared to what we are. We're just about to take this food out and give it to another nonprofit, another senior home. We do this on a regular basis. We do it without funding because guess what? These large nonprofits, they take all the money, all the influence, they get the grants, they tell us to write grants even though they're usually decided prior to the grant writing. And we're basically forced to make, I always say, bricks without hay. We're forced to figure this out, and I'm not the only one. I'm meeting more and more people like myself who have basically sacrificed our financial gains for the community. And I ask the community to think about this. It's not fair, it's not right that we should shoulder this by ourselves. We need your help. We need the community of the business people. We need the Divine Nine, the fraternities and sororities. We need the urban chambers. We need the black chambers. We need the NAACP. We need the politicians to help us help the community. It's not about having the big name. It's about having the big heart. So again, I'm Brian Harris, Black Book Media Cares. A little bit about us. Yasuk, I want to thank you for coming in and volunteering. We're going to start working with the new Black Panthers. We want to create a correlation of the forgotten, a correlation of the people that are out here helping the community without the big name tags, without the media press, because it's not about the media press, it's about the people. So again, I look forward to it. We'll talk some more. This is, again, Brian Harris, Black Book Media Cares. Have a great day. Peace.